A war has ended, but another battle is about to begin. The battle for a kingdom and a soul. This is the tragic tale of Macbeth, a man whose ambition led him to betray his honor, his friend, and eventually himself. Macbeth was a hero on the battlefield, known for his courage and strength. Yet, as his sword cleaved through enemies, little did he know that the real war was yet to come. A war against his own mind, a war fueled by the most dangerous of all desires, power. The story begins with victory, but it ends in ruin. For when ambition meets destiny, the consequences are inevitable. The witches prophesy. On a barren heath, 3 witches appear, shrouded in mist. Their presence is otherworldly, their eyes gleaming with knowledge of things to come. They greet Macbeth with a prophecy that promises power beyond his wildest dreams. Which one? Hail Macbeth, Thane of Glamis, Thane of Cawdor, and soon, King. Macbeth's heart stirs with confusion and wonder. How could they know of the title he does not yet hold, the Thane of Cawdor? But the witches' words don't end there. They speak of Banquo's children, rulers of Scotland after Macbeth's line fades. A chilling image forms in Macbeth's mind. A king, yes, but one whose lineage is not his own. The prophecy hangs in the air, unanswered. Macbeth, once a loyal servant of his king, now begins to question everything, especially his own fate. Is he truly meant for greatness? Or is this merely a dangerous temptation? The murder of King Duncan. Lady Macbeth, the true force behind her husband's ambition, senses his hesitation. "Are you a man?" she asks, questioning his resolve, his very masculinity, taunting him with her own brutal ambition. She knows what he needs, to be pushed over the edge, to turn his doubts into action. The night is dark, the castle silent, as Macbeth enters King Duncan's chamber. His hand trembles as he holds the dagger, his mind battling between his conscience and his thirst for power. The king sleeps unaware of the fate that approaches him, a fate born of Macbeth's own weakness. The deed is done, the king murdered in his sleep, and yet Macbeth does not feel victorious. Instead, his guilt takes root in his soul, seeping deeper than the blood that stains his hands. What has he done? He is crowned king, but his mind is already spiraling. Power cannot bring peace, only more fear, more guilt, and more bloodshed. The guilt and the ghosts. In the banquet hall, Macbeth sits on the throne, but there is no joy in his victory. The weight of his crime presses down on him, twisting his thoughts. The ghost of Banquo, his former comrade, appears before him, the one person whose death he ordered out of fear. Banquo's eyes seem to pierce through him, accusing him without words. Macbeth tries to speak, but his voice falters, panic rising in his chest. His guests, bewildered, stare as their king rants at an empty chair. Macbeth, shouting, "You cannot escape me! You cannot haunt me!" But Banquo's ghost does not respond. It lingers in the silence, a specter of Macbeth's guilt, a manifestation of his deteriorating sanity. Lady Macbeth, once the planner of their crimes, now tries to keep up appearances. But even she cannot hide the cracks in her own mind. She begins to lose control. "Out, damned spot!" she cries, unable to wash away the invisible stain that clings to her soul. What began as a power grab has turned into a nightmare. Both Macbeth and Lady Macbeth are consumed by the very ambition that once united them. They are lost in the labyrinth of their own making, the prophecies and the downfall. Seeking reassurance, Macbeth returns to the witches. He needs to know, is he truly invincible? The witches give him cryptic answers, answers that fuel his arrogance. "No man born of woman shall harm you," they say. "Be brave, Macbeth, for you are untouchable." But Macbeth's arrogance blinds him to the truth. He believes his fate is sealed, that he is a king of invincible power. His enemies gather, but he does not fear them. Yet the witch's words are a lie of omission. They fail to tell him the full truth, the nature of his downfall, the twist in his fate. The rebellion and Macduff's revenge. Macbeth, ever more paranoid, begins to lash out at his enemies. He orders the murder of Macduff's family, thinking that will protect his throne. But it is a mistake that seals his doom. As Macduff's army gathers, Macbeth's confidence remains unshaken. He believes the prophecy protects him, but fate cannot be avoided. The confrontation with Macduff is inevitable. When Macduff reveals that he was, from his mother's womb, untimely ripped, Macbeth realizes too late that he has been deceived by his own belief in his invincibility. The final confrontation. The final battle is fierce. Macbeth, once a powerful and respected warrior, now fights like a man already defeated. His strength is gone, drained by guilt and fear. He faces Macduff in the heat of battle, but the truth has already set the stage for his fall. Macbeth dies in combat, his body torn, his mind broken. His reign, so fleeting, has ended in violence and despair. His ambition has brought nothing but ruin, the end. And so ends the tale of Macbeth, a man who reached too far, too fast. A man whose ambition consumed him, leaving nothing but a scarred land and a shattered soul. As Malcolm ascends the throne, peace begins to return to Scotland. But the echoes of Macbeth's ambition will never fade. His story serves as a timeless warning. Ambition, when unchecked by morality, destroys not only those who seek it, but those who stand in its way. The tragedy of Macbeth is not just in his death, but in the soul that was lost long before his final breath. Power, unchecked and unbalanced, devours everything it touches, leaving only a void in its wake. You have witnessed the rise and the fall of Macbeth, a tale of power, betrayal, and destiny. But this is just one story among many. Shakespeare's world is vast, filled with tragedy, passion, and unforgettable lessons. And we are just getting started. If you want more stories like this, more journeys into the minds of legends, then don't forget to subscribe. Join us as we uncover the greatest tales ever told, because some stories are meant to last forever.